Good morning, dear students. In this video lecture, I will be discussing chapter number 3 of coordinate geometry, that is equations of a straight line. Equations of a straight line. Now, what do you understand by equation of a straight line? Before that, first we have to try to understand some of the terms like inclination. We have to understand the terms like inclination, slope, if we are able to understand this, and then third is intercept. Now intercepts, these 3 points, if we understand, then obviously I guarantee that this chapter will become very easy for you all to calculate the numerical problems based on this particular chapter. Now what is inclination? Inclination means the angle theta with respect to x-axis and that particular line. Suppose I have in a coordinate system, one line is drawn. Okay, now this is my line AB. Now what is the meaning of inclination? Inclination means the angle made between x-axis and that particular line in anti-clockwise direction. Like we have a clock, right? The clock hand move towards this side. If my angle is made, we have to consider from the x-axis to that particular line, and the angle that is made is called as the inclination, and it is denoted by theta. Inclination is denoted by theta. So what is the inclination of this line AB? The inclination of this line AB is theta. Now what is the slope? The slope is the tan of this theta, tan of this inclination, tan of inclination. That means slope is equal to tan of inclination. Now what is inclination here? It is theta. So tan of theta, slope is tan of theta. Now this slope is denoted by small m. Like inclination is denoted by theta, slope is denoted by small m. Now what is the meaning of intercepts? Here there are two intercepts, two types of intercepts. First intercept is x-intercepts and the another intercept is y-intercept. Now what is x-intercepts and y-intercepts? The portion, the part that is being cut or intersected by any line from the origin is called as intercept. Suppose I have another coordinate system, one line is like this. So what is the y-x-intercepts? From here to here, from here to here is called x-intercept. From here to here, this line is cutting here also, so this is called as y-intercept. Understood? So this is the meaning of x-intercept and that is the meaning of y-intercept. So intercept is generally denoted by small c. So inclination is denoted by theta, slope is denoted by small m, intercept is denoted by c. Now intercepts are of two types. One is of y-intercept and the another one is of x-intercepts. Y-intercepts means the mark of the line which cuts the any of the axis and the distance from the origin to that intersecting point is called as the intercept. If it is on y-axis, it will be called as y-intercept. If it is on x-axis, it will be called as x-intercepts. So what I told, the distance between the origin and the point of intersection of the line and the x-axis is called x-intercepts, and the distance between the origin and the point intersecting the y-axis and the line is called as y-intercept. Now if I have, so I hope this is clear. These all are in positive directions, everything is clear. Now if I have a line like this, okay, so this is the line AB, this is my x-axis and y-axis coordinate. Now what is the definition of inclination? The definition of inclination says that the line, the angle between the x-axis and the line in the anti-clockwise direction. So that means this will be called as the inclination. This is theta. So obviously this angle is more than certain numerical values. We have only read up to 90 degree, from 0 to 90. We have seen up till now in a table from 0 to 90, right? Now if it is in this direction, this will be suppose 120 degree. So what will be the numerical value of this? So if I see here, first what will be the numerical value of this? 60 degree, correct? This is 60 degree, this will be 120 degree. Theta is given 120 degree. They are asking what is the slope of the line. So how to calculate tan of 120 degree? Tan of 120 degree we have not seen till now in our up to class 10. In our book also we have not seen. Now the opposite side we are having tan 60. We know the root of tan 60 is equal to how much? Tan 60 is equal to root 3. This all we know. Since it is opposite side of this, so we can write tan of 120 degree is equal to minus of tan of 60 degree. Why? Because I am considering the slope here in the clockwise direction. Actually, the definition of inclination is anti-clockwise direction. I am just reversing it. I am taking clockwise direction. So what I have to do? I have to multiply with minus so that I will get the result. So your answer will be minus of root 3. So in this way you all will be calculating the numerical values of this. Now why tan of 120 degree is equal to negative? Why? So as you all may be remembering, in trigonometry we have seen that all sine tan cos, all sine tan and cos. That means whatever value, all the trigonometric functions in first quadrant will always remain positive. Whatever may be sine positive, your cos result will also be positive, tan, cosec, sec, cot, everything will be here positive numerical value. Like if I say sine of 0, it will be 0. Sine of 90, it will be equal to 1. 90 will be here. If I say sine of 89, then we have to see the table and then find out the value. It will be nearby 0.9999. So like this, all the numerical values of sine from 0 to 90 will always be positive. If the numerical value like 120 it came, so obviously this line is of 180, this line is of 90. So 120 will be lying somewhere here. It will be lying somewhere here. But we know that in this quadrant only the numerical value of sine theta is positive, while all other trigonometric functions will be having negative value. So here tan value will be negative. Here only tan value is positive. Here all other values will be negative. Here similarly cos will be positive. All other values will be negative. I hope I have made it clear what is the meaning of inclination, what is the meaning of slope, and what is the meaning of intercepts, and how to calculate the slope, how to consider the inclination, and how to find out if we are having inclination more than 90 degree. If we are having inclination equal to or less than 90 degree, then we can very well find out the values by using the table which we have learned. Right now also I will draw the numerical value, that table, which will make it more clear. You may just brush it up. And if we have more than 90, then how to calculate? We have to just consider this side angle, and then we have to multiply it with negative sign, and then we will get the result. Now let me clean the board so that I can move ahead and try to make you explain another topics. Now, as I have told you to find out the inclination, one more thing I would like to say here. Suppose till now I have shown you the line was coming from this side. If line is on negative side, then what? Then also no problem. Inclination definition will remain same. Inclination definition will remain same. From x-axis to that line in anti-clockwise, this is my theta. Obviously this is more than 90. So how to calculate this? This will be, let us consider it as phi. So if I will find out tan of phi, then tan of theta will be equal to tan of theta is equal to tan tan of phi I can easily calculate because it will be less than 90 degree. No, tan theta will be equal to minus of tan phi. Minus of tan phi. Suppose in this theta is equal to 120 degree. This is equal to 60 degree. Then what I will write? Tan of 120 degree is equal to minus of tan of 60 degree. That means minus of root 3. In this way only. If it is in any other x-axis, you have to see the reference. If the line is like this, suppose line is cutting like this, only this much they have shown you. Then what you have to do? You have to extend this and then you have to measure this angle. Because here they may form a triangle and then you have to extend and then find. So wherever may be the line, wherever may be the line in the xy plane, what you have to do? You have to just pull that line in such a way that it will intersect x-axis. It should intersect x-axis. So this is the what is the meaning of equation of a straight line? The meaning of equation of a straight line is it is just the relation between x coordinate and y coordinate of any point in a line. The meaning of equation of a straight line is the relation between x coordinate and y coordinate of any point in a line. Removing the unknowns. Now, how to find out the equation of line? Suppose I have been provided by a line like this. Now, first thing is that we have to find out, we have to take any point on that line. Suppose I am taking any point on the line as x, y. This I have done. This was the x coordinate, means xy axis plane. One line AB was there. Now, I have to take any point on this line, the line which is given. I took xy. Now, I have to see what is the inclination of this line with respect to x-axis. First, I have to see the inclination. Then, I have to find out slope. Then, what I will be doing? I will be writing y is equal to mx plus of c. This is first form. This is point slope form. Okay. Now, what we have to do, if I am having xy plane, one line is given. First is to find out the point on that line, then inclination, then slope. After that, I will write the standard equation y is equal to mx plus c. Now, slope, if I have calculated, I will write the numerical value of slope here and then multiply it with x, then plus of c. C is what? C here in this equation, because this equation is for in a subject of y, so we have to take y-intercept. That means here only. What is the numerical value of this? That we are going to write. It may be negative, it may be positive. So right now it is negative, so the answer will be like y is equal to whatever numerical value x plus into minus, it will become minus c. So this is the standard form. You should always remember, you have to substitute the value in this equation only. Always you have to write the values, numerical values. That means the numerical value of m, numerical value of c in this particular equation. Y and x will always remain, because since I told equation of a straight line is the relation between x coordinate and y coordinate of a point. If it is relation between y and x, that means y will remain as the subject, x will remain as the predicate, not predicate, sorry. Means if y will become as the subject and the other thing will be remaining there. Now, I can also write x is equal to y plus, y minus of c upon n. Y minus of c upon n. In this way also. But the most standard form is this. So, always you have to convert this into subject form. Subject should be y. This is an example of point slope form. Now, I hope all of you know how to find out the slope. Now, I will be discussing some of the other points. Now, equation of a straight line, as I have told you in the previous lecture, I have taught you to find the distance, right? To find the distance between 2 points, right? If 2 points are given, how to find the distance, that I have taught you. Now, I will be teaching you how to find out the slope of the line. That means m. If theta is not given, then how to find the slope? That is a big question, how to find the slope if inclination is not given. Now, let me clean the board. Now in case of point slope form, which I have discussed right now, point slope form, I wrote y is equal to mx plus c, right? Actually it was supposed to be I was supposed to write y1, and here I was supposed to write x1. Okay, now if we are going to use point slope form, then what are the information that we will be provided in the question is, one line will be there, theta will be given, this thing will be given, and one point x comma y1, x1 comma y1 will be provided. These two informations will be provided, then we are going to find the equation of this line AB. This is called as point slope form. That means theta as well as one point, only two informations will be given, and then we have to frame the equations. So if these two informations are given, I can find out m is equal to tan of theta. That means whatever numerical value I will get, I can easily write it here. Now I have to substitute the value of this value and this value in this equation. So how I will write? First I will write the equation y1 is equal to m of x1 plus of c. C is what? Y-intercept. So you have to find out the y-intercept here. Okay, no need of y-intercept, sorry. You have to put this value and this value, no need of y-intercept. So if you want to write, you will be writing y minus of y1, because this is my y1, is equal to slope, already you found out, x tan theta into x minus of x1 plus of c. Now c you have to find out and put. So how you are going to find? They will ask you to find the value of c and all those things. So how you are going to find? You will just put the values and then you will get the result. So this will give you the point slope form. This is equal to point slope form, since you will be having y is equal to mx plus c form, and then you will get the result. Now this is my equation. Okay, this is my standard form. This was actually y is equal to mx plus c, which I have told you is in standard form, and when I will subtract this from this, I will get y minus y1, and then this c will be cancelled out, because here also I will be having c, here also I will be having c. So this c will be cancelled out, and then this is the equation of line of point slope form. So only we have to put the value of y here, y1, x1 here, and then theta value obviously here, which means slope. So you will be substituting the value and then you will get the result. Now one is slope intercept form. Now slope intercept form, this form is called as slope intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus c is called as slope intercept form, which means in this you will be provided with y-intercept. This will be you will be provided, and then either you will be having theta or else you will be having slope. If you have inclination, that is theta, you can very well find out the slope of the line. So if they will either provide you inclination and y-intercept, or they will provide you slope and y-intercept, and then you have to substitute the value and get the equation of line. Now the thing is, I am not discussing, one thing is here, that I am not discussing the derivation, how this formula has come right now, how we are going to assume. If you want to read, you can read in your book, it is already given. Otherwise, when the school reopens, then definitely I will be trying to explain you the derivation of this y is equal to mx plus c, how it has come. Now the only concept the only thing that I want here is to make you understand how to solve the numerical problems. So this is slope intercept form and this is point intercept form. Third form I will be discussing in the next video lecture, but in today's and now I will be discussing some of the numerical problems based on these 2 points. Now, like question number 1 says, write the slope of the line whose inclination is given a is equal to 60 degree. Then what you have to do? You have to write m is equal to tan of 60 degree. M is equal to root under of 3. Only this much you have to do for question number 1. Like you are having E part, that is 135 degree, right? Theta is 135. So slope is equal to tan of 135 degree. Now 135 degree means it has come to the second quadrant. So this, if you try to find out, you will be having line like this, right? Line like this, which means this is equal to 135. So 135 minus of 45 will give you, make you 180. So what I have told you, you can write tan 135 as minus of tan 45 degree, right? So this will be equal to minus of 1. Understood how you have to find tan 135? 135 means it will come in the second quadrant. So second quadrant 135 means how much is remaining for to make it 180 degree? 45 degree. So it will be minus of tan 45 degree. So the answer will be minus 1. Remaining part you have to see to make it 180 degree. Now question number 2 says that write the inclination of the line whose slope is given root 3. Slope means m is equal to root under 3. So in place of m, can you write tan of tan theta is equal to root 3? Slope is also represented as tan theta. Tan theta is equal to root under 3. Now in the table of trigonometry, as you can see, this 3 root under 3 comes when does it comes? It comes when theta is equal to 60 degree. So I can write tan of 60 degree is equal to root 3. Therefore theta is equal to 60 degree. In this way you can solve question number 2. First you write the m is equal to this and then try to find out. Second, if they are asking like C part, what they are saying, m is equal to 1 by root 3. M is equal to 1 by root 3. Now m means tan theta is equal to 1 by root 3. If we go in the table, we see tan theta, that means tan 30 is equal to 1 by root 3. So I can write tan of 30 degree is equal to 1 by root 3. So theta will be equal to 30 degree. So in this way you will solve question number 1 as well as question number 2. Now remaining sums you try to solve. Now question number 3 says that find the slope and inclination of the line OA in each of the following. Now I have taught you about theta and how to find the slope. There is one more method to find out. We are having 2-point slope form. That was third point which I told you that I will be discussing in the next lecture. But right now, as it is given here, I can just teach you how to find out the slope. Since question number 3 subpart 1 says that it is given here. Here it is 3, comma 3. Okay, this point is 3 and this point is 3. Correct? Now we have to find the slope and the inclination. Now once we are able to find out the slope and the inclination, we can very well find out the if we find out slope, then we can find out the inclination. If we have an inclination, we can find out the slope. So here slope is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This is another formula. This is next formula which I told you that I will be teaching you in the next lecture. But right now it has come, so I will be discussing here. So one point is given 3, 3. Another point on this line you can take anywhere. If you want, you can take here also. So this will be 2, 2. If you want, you can take this one also, 1, 1. Okay. If you want, you can take this point also, 0, 0. Any point you take. First point, either you take this and this combination of these two, or else you take this, combination of this, or else you take this, any 2 points you have to take on this line. And then what you have to do, you have to subtract the y coordinate with y, x coordinate with x. That means subtraction of ordinate with ordinate and abscissa with abscissa. So if I am taking here 3 and I am taking it as 1, 3 minus 1. I am taking it as again 3 minus 1. So it will be 2 upon 2. 2 upon 2 means 1. Now you are having slope is equal to 1. Now again same method. Slope can be written as tan theta is equal to, this is 1 as it is. Now in what value of theta? The answer is 1. So you will write tan of 45 degree is equal to 1. Therefore theta is equal to 45. Okay, in this way. Now let's take another way. If I want, first I will write y2 minus of y1 upon x2 minus of x1. This you have to always remember. Always you have to take y coordinate in the numerator and x coordinate in the denominator. Now if I want to subtract 1 minus 2, suppose. From here I am taking 1 minus 2 upon 1 minus 2. Minus 1 upon minus 1. Minus minus cancelled 1. So m is equal to again 1. Same thing I got here also. So I can proceed like this. So whichever point you take, you have to take and then find out the values. Now another thing, if you find like remaining two, you can solve. Now question number 4 says that the equation of the line 3x plus y minus 6 equal to 0. Now answer the following. Which of the points 2, 0, 0, 3, 1, 3 and 3, minus 1 are on the line? If we have to check any of those points, whether it is lying on that line or not, what we have to do? We have to just substitute those points on that equation. And if my left hand side is equal to right hand side, then we can say that the point lies on that line. Once again I repeat, if they give you an equation and then they give you certain points, 2, 3 points, and then they are asking, check whether these points lie on those lines or not, or whether these points satisfies the equation of the line. Two things, either they will say to check or to satisfy. Now the solution for this is just you take those points one by one coordinate point you take, and then you keep those points on that particular equation in the place of x and y. And if left hand side becomes equal to right hand side, then you can say yes, those points lies on that line, or else those points satisfies. Let's take this. It is given as 3x plus y minus 6 is equal to 0. This is the equation given. Then they are saying whether these points lie on that line or not. Now